So I have returned home from my 7-night cruise on the Enchanted Princess, and I am really excited to share this with you because I earned a free cruise for $0. Yes, I said that right, and you read the title right. I took $0 out of my pocket and earned a free cruise. Actually, the cruise line put money back in my pocket. So at the end of the day, not only did I walk away with a free cruise, but I walked away with dollar bills. Now, I love to save money and I love to cruise. So anytime that I can combine the two is the best day ever for me. So I'm super excited to share with you some of the machines that I played, a little bit of the slot strategy, how I did with my budget each day, how many points I earned and when I earned them, and a few other tips about the casino. Now, I will do another video that is a little bit more dedicated on the slot strategy that I used in the casino. And then I will also have a video about what I loved and hated about the Princess Casino program and the casino itself. So make sure that you stay tuned for those. But let's talk about some of the basics of the Princess Casino to just kind of start off with, just in case you're new here and you're not familiar with it. So the first thing that you want to do when you sit down at a machine is you want to tap your medallion. You want to tap this to the circle with the princess logo and it will light up blue. That will automatically register you in the Princess Players Advantage Club. And then also you can either put cash in the machine or you can transfer from your room account. Now, I did ask the casino host and they did say that it was $0 or zero fee to charge back to your room. Now, as far as, what do you do when you're done playing a machine? Because Royal Caribbean and Virgin Voyages that I have played in the casinos on actually give you a physical ticket, but Princess does not. It is a ticketless system. So that means that when you finish playing, you need to make sure you're hitting that big red button that's going to log you out of the machine. And what it does is it transfers any money that you have still in the machine right back to your bank. And then it just sits there and waits for you to come back to another machine and start playing. Now, I do want to caution you that there were quite a few people that didn't log out of their machines. Now, if someone else sits down and either puts money in or starts spinning and wins on your account, well, technically, that is your money, not theirs. I did see it quite a few times that people thought it logged out, but it didn't. So just sit there for about, 30 seconds to a minute and make sure you're out completely before you move on to a new machine. And also a big difference with the Princess Casino that is different from Royal Caribbean and Virgin Voyages is that the casino program, the accumulation for their instant cruise certificate called their See You Soon offer, that points accumulation does not go all the way to the end of the cruise. And it actually stops on the last night before the last full day of the cruise. So if you're on a 7-night cruise, it is night 6 of the cruise that at 11:59 p.m., the points accumulation towards your certificate stops. So for instance, I got on board on a Tuesday and our last full day at sea was Monday. So that meant Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., the points accumulations towards the certificate stopped. Now, it does not stop accumulation towards anything else that Princess may offer, such as the sort of tiers that they offer, like the invitation only cruises. So it does kind of still count towards your balance. And also, if you were only at like 300 or 400 points before the certificate cutoff, but then you kept playing and you got to say 500-600 points, and you were trying to get into the post-cruise marketing offer program, then those points still count towards that. So don't count anything out. And honestly, don't make this huge mistake. I saw somebody, she was at 2,788 points. She was sitting next to me and it was 10 p.m. on Sunday night. But I'm like, ma'am, you only need 222 points to get 3,000 points to get a free cruise. I'm like, why don't you try for that? But I don't think she understood what I was saying. So it was so sad to see her walk away and take her money and leave that on the machine. I don't know, maybe she had no use for a free cruise certificate. I mean, she should definitely get marketing offers, one would hope. But yeah, so so just be mindful that if you're really, really close, it might be worth it to just go ahead and play, because you just never know. Now, the See You Soon offer that I'm actually looking at trading up for has come out to an estimated $3,088. So I couldn't imagine walking away from that for the possibility of maybe running another $300 or $400 through the machine. Now, I had a total budget with me of $900 that I could play in the casino and that I could stand to lose. Now, let's just be clear, gambling is always a risk. And you're never guaranteed that you're going to walk away with the money that you came in with. So make sure that you stick to your budget, because the only thing that you can control in the casino is how much you play and how much you put in those machines. You can't control anything else about it. So just make sure that you only spend what you can afford to lose. And that's what I did. I saved up all year. I had $900. That was my budget, a little over $125 per day of the cruise that I was willing to wager to try and earn 3,000 points. Now, the machines that I were playing were giving points for $2 a point. So that meant that my ultimate goal was to run $6,000 through the machines in order to earn that certificate. Now, this isn't necessarily just the cash out of my pocket. It's what's called coin in, which is a culmination of what I put in the machines plus my winnings that I just continue to play over and over and over again. So I had a pretty long road ahead of me to try and get to 3,000 points, because so far I have played on 4 Royal Caribbean ships and I played on 1 Virgin Voyages ships, and I have not been successful on any of them in earning an instant cruise certificate, or as Princess calls it, a See You Soon offer. So I was coming in guns blazing with my $900, really hoping to walk away with a certificate. Now, I don't normally just play my $100 or $125 per day. I go in with usually $200 to $300 at a time, and I like to sit and kind of slow play. I usually play the lowest denomination in the lowest bet amount, or maybe the next bet up, and just kind of sit there for hours and hours and hours and just build up points. Now, it just really depends on what type of machine you play as to the wins that you're going to be accumulating. Are you going to be getting a bunch of line hits, or are you going to be getting a bunch of bonuses? Now, and after I talk about all of the money stuff, and then I'll go into a few of the machines that I played, and I'll show you that I won a major. I have the video of that, so I'll share that with you, and I'll also share with you the video of me actually hitting my 3,000 points. So I was really excited to be able to take a moment and film that, even though in Princess's rules, it says you're not supposed to film in the casino, but just be mindful, don't flaunt it. And if they tell you to stop, just make sure you stop. I don't want anybody to get ejected off of the ship or banned from the casino because Amy said you could film in the casino. Nope, nope, nope. Princess's rules are that you can't. So let's get right into my daily totals. Now, on the first night of the cruise, I didn't step foot in the casino. I was sailing with my YouTube After 40 group, and it was so much fun, but we did have some group activities on a couple of nights, and so I didn't go down there on the first day. Honestly, we had such a blast on that cruise, and it was so great to be able to go on a cruise with a bunch of like-minded individuals. Now, on my second night, I did have a few friends from the YouTube After 40 course that are like, can you show me how this gambling things work? And like, what do you do? So we went in the casino and I had a couple $100 and I just gravitated towards a 3-reel, actually, I think it was a 9-line machine, and it was 25 cents a line. Now, I did end up losing my entire $200 that night, but I earned 575 points, which is pretty darn good. Now, Princess's points, like I said, are $2 a point, but I ended up getting those points for about 35 cents per point. So good on me that I got pretty much a 75% discount off of my points that night. So on day 3, I just kind of really spent a lot of time trying to get my footing in the casino and try and figure out some of the machines, because I really hate low volatility machines that just pay me pennies, like 40 cents, 20 cents, maybe $1. And then the bonuses are maybe $5, $15, $17. Drives me crazy. I would much rather have no line hits at all and then hit one that's like $20, $50, or then hit big bonuses. So I was just kind of trying out a few machines. I did hang out for a little bit with Linnell from Poverty to Paradise. She was playing Buffalo and I was playing the Buffalo machine next to her, and Buffalo, let's face it, Buffalo does not like me, folks. I sat with her a couple of hours. So I had put in an additional $300 on this third night. So all in all, I was in the machines for $500, and I ended up getting down to about $100, and I'm like, ugh, like this is just being a royal pain. I don't know. I just don't like the Buffalo. So I said goodbye to Linnell and I started wandering around the casino. I ended up wandering over to this berry machine. I don't know the name of it. I have video of it. I'll show you the video. It was super cute. Really engaging. The music was great and it was a lot of fun to play. But the problem was it was giving teeny tiny line hits, and the first couple times I hit bonuses, they were pretty good. They were like $100, maybe $70. But then I started getting a bunch of bonuses and they were $0. I'm not kidding. I got a $0 bonus. I had like 10 free spins, didn't win a cent. I was so irritated. So after like I got like maybe 2 more bonuses after that, and they were like $15 and maybe $5. I'm like, I'm done with that. So I took my money out of the machine and then wandered over to Ultimate Firelink Supernova, the Desert Nights edition. And I have video, so let me show you that. I didn't really care about like the symbols on the lines, you know, like the martini glass and the Las Vegas sign. I'm just like, whatever. But the meteors really caught my attention, and it made so much noise and it was really flashy, and it was just entrancing as you sat there and played it. So I spent a lot of time on that machine, and that at the end of the night, I ended up walking away with $440.01. So not too bad. So it was only down $59.70, and I had 1,601 points. So I am a little bit more than halfway to my 3,000 points at this time. When I do the calculations, then I was at about 4 cents a point, which is pretty darn fabulous. Then went off and did all my cruise stuff, and then on the 4th day of the cruise, I believe that was the night of Santorini, which I need to do a whole video on Santorini because so many people love that port, and honestly, I kind of hated it. But I came back to the ship that night, and as soon as we got out to sea, after I had dinner with a whole bunch of people from the YouTube After 40 group, then I went back in the casino with a whole bunch of them, and it was so much fun playing with a group of people. And then I got to sit down next to this absolutely lovely family from Montreal, Canada, and the mom only spoke French, and then there were 2 adult daughters like in their mid to late 50s. Everybody was so fantastic. They were playing the machines on either side of me, and I was in the middle. And then they started winning bonuses, and I started winning bonuses. I will insert the clip of me winning a whole bunch of money. Come on. Come on. Got it. Woohoo! Woohoo! Look at that. And I got 3 more spins. Yeah, come on. Two more spins. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Hard not to look at your thing.
I know. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Keep more, just more. Oh, there you go. One more spin. Come on, come on, come on. That's it, but still. Yay.
That's amazing.
Yay. I'm going to get my free cruise without coming out of pocket.
Oh my God.
Woohoo!
You're gonna win over $1,000 there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Woohoo!
I won $846.36. I believe I ended up at one point with about $1,300 on the machine. Now remember, I've only put $500 in the machines at this point. So if I'm $1,300 up, that means I'm like $800 to the good and I'm still earning points. So I just sat there and played at my, I believe it was $1.75 bet, and just over and over again. Again, I'm playing 1 cent denomination, but I'm not playing the absolute lowest bet. I'm playing the one up. Now, I did at one point realize that this was going to take me an eternity to earn my 3,000 points if I'm betting so low. But I know the dangers of switching to the higher bets, because then you burn through money so fast. But I figured, hey, I've got 1,300 in there. 800 of that is winnings. I think I switched up to like $3.60 bet, because I'm like, well, that is almost 2 points per spin. So let me see what that does for a little bit. And I'll be darned, like I just kept winning little bits, and I kept winning bonuses for like $50, $70.
So I need to spend $14 more to get my 3,000 points, and I'm up $90.12.
Yeah, you got this.
I got it.
This
Yeah.
is easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Okay, come on. I could really let's just do a bonus. Okay, $29.97. $29.99. Oh, and I just went last spin. 3,001. I got my free cruise. And I'm $83 up. Woo!
At the end of the day, I walked away with $583.37 and 3,001 point. That was pretty darn fantastic. So not only did I get $83.37 in my pocket, I got my points for a negative 3 cents per point. So I was so over the moon, and I was so excited. And because I got my points on the 4th night of the cruise, I was just having to sit around and wait for my See You Soon offer until they gave it out on the night before we disembarked the ship. So we got off the ship on Tuesday. On Monday night, when they did the room service, the turn down service in the evening, actually it was probably like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, I got my certificate on my bed, and I was super excited, because like I said, this was the first time that I had earned it. So I'll say, like, kind of my basic strategy, like I said, was just to make sure that I was playing a good amount of money at one time, because honestly, like, if you're trying to earn points, you can't just be putting in $20 in the machine and then betting that all really quickly and then walking away. Like, you really got to sit down with several $100s and then just keep playing over and over again. I would probably say that each time I went in the casino, I played a minimum of 2 to 3 hours, and I probably played about 5 times total, because it wasn't just that I went in sometimes on just day 2 on just one time. I might have gone in there for an hour and then come back for 2 hours later. I know on day 3, when Linnell and I were in there together, we ended up being in there for probably 5 hours total. Not all at one go, but probably total over the night. And she was probably there longer than I was. I would really love to hear about your casino experience. Have you earned an instant cruise certificate or a See You Soon offer from any of the cruise lines? And if you did, like, how much did you have to spend? Or did you walk away with the offer and money in your pocket? Now, there were several of us in my group that did walk away with offers and money in their pocket. There was one couple that both walked away with 3,000 points. So they each got an offer, and they walked away probably with $1,500 total. So they really made out like bandits in the casino. And they won all their money and points on Buffalo, which did not like me at all. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Make sure that you stay tuned for my next videos on what I loved and what I hated about the Princess Casino program. Then also, again, I'll do another video that's a little bit more in-depth strategy about playing in the casino. And remember that gambling should be a controlled activity, and then you shouldn't be gambling more than you can afford to spend. If you are concerned that you or a loved one may have a gambling problem, make sure that you reach out to 1-800-GAMBLER. They have a system, a network of people that can be of assistance to you. Well, thank you for stopping in. I hope you have a fabulous day. Happy cruising, happy gambling in the casino, and I hope to see you in the next video.
If you